Hello, survivors, and welcome back to Zealand, Las Vegas. I'm joined by Jesse,
Hello.
Matt,
Howdy.
Gabe,
Hello.
Mitch,
Hello.
and Chloe.
Yeehaw.
And I am your game master, RP Sarge. In the last episode, the group left the compound. They broke ties, said their goodbyes, and got a radio from church. They made an agreement, like in The Walking Dead, to flick on the radio, every night at 6 and say what's going on, do 3 clicks on the radio if they're close enough and if they need help. If not, they can at least use it to talk to each other. Since they do have 2, they've decided on channel 5 for their own radio. The radios have a charging docking station with a plug, like a wall plug, but you see that it can also take the car charge adapter if they have those in their cars. They made the decision to make a break for the library. And on the way there, obviously this is a zombie apocalypse, so they saw some zombies. At first, there was no big threat. Mitch made a clutch last-minute move in his vehicle to avoid a group that had shambled around the corner. Jesse, seeing it a split second later, redecorated the left side of his car and lost his mirror in the process. Further down the road, Mitch and Gabe had the good idea to cause a distraction. They pulled up next to a car. Gabe, expert eagle eye vision, saw one car had a fake flashy blinky light on it, while the other did not. He pretty much point blank shot with his BB gun, one of his precious commodities. Only went down to 2 BBs. So far, so good though. Every BB has been a tide changer so far. And the BBs of destiny, we'll start calling them.
Like the silver rocks from it.
Yep, silver rocks are made like the little bullets with little carvings on them from Supernatural. Start calling your BB gun the Winchester. So he shot out a window and set off a car alarm and drew zombies from all over the place. They couldn't necessarily pick out numbers, but they saw the general heading was towards the car alarm. They radioed back, let church know, and then proceeded on to the library. The coast was more or less clear. On the way, they saw some zombies kind of making their way up the hill comically and falling back down the hill, and some more along the road, kind of in the residential areas on the way to the library. They passed the school, they passed the fire department on the road right across from the library, and they pulled in just as we wrapped up the last episode. As they pulled in, they saw 2 or 3 vehicles. Again, nothing shady seemingly about them. The lights are still on inside the library, and that is where we're going to start it back up. So Mitch, you're in the lead vehicle. You pull in, again, you see 2 cars. You see the lights from inside the library are still on.
There's 2 cars in the parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll probably park in the middle, like be not in a full spot, but just pull up.
Okay. Probably like right in front of the library.
Probably.
And then Jesse.
Yeah, I'd say I pull up and I'll point the car towards like an exit in case it needs.
Okay. And there's 2, looking at the map, there's 2 exits that are actually like paved and infinite exits if you don't mind damaging your car. Potentially.
Fashion.
So the group is using the map. It's not something that we necessarily need to display at this time, but should we do so, I'll splice it in post-production. So you in the lead vehicle had just kind of discussed your plan, but had not had a chance to relay that back to the second group because, zombies.
At this point, I would have radioed in once we drove into the parking lot. What's the plan? Do you want to talk about it on the radio, or do we want to talk about it physically?
I'll stop the car, turn off the car, open my car door, and just look at you.
Okay.
I think we're talking over the radio. No? Oh, no. Ignore me.
Then once we're parked and everything, I get out the car.
Yeah. Turn off radio, save battery.
So, once everyone's out of the car, so we want to keep probably a couple people out here to keep an eye out. Last thing we need is to everyone go in and come out and our cars are swapped. So, who wants to stay out here and keep watch? And whoever does stay out here and keep watch, I figure we can take a full inventory of everything we've got in both your trunk and our trunk.
Are you and I the ones that drive, says Gabe sort of drives.
Right.
Okay. So it's like, oh, the driver can stay outside, but like, you know, you and me can stay outside and they can probably like check out or something. But who knows how many, if any, could be inside
Yeah.
the library also.
And Gabe's got probably some of the best vision out of us.
Are there any windows like open that we can see inside and everything?
Not from the front.
Not from
Looking
the-
at the picture of the building, there's nothing in the front. It's actually this weird, like, there's like an opening in the middle of the building that seems to lead to, like I said, a double doors from the pictures I saw.
It's like an architectural overhang. I'll put a picture up here momentarily. There, now you saw the picture. That is what it looks like, and that's what they're staring at in the front of the building. You see there's in the center, there's the architectural overhang leading up to the double doors as Mitch described. But on this side of the building, there's really nothing they can see in. But through the doors, you can see the illumination of light.
I think there's windows on like the side facing out towards the main road.
Okay.
If one of us wants to do a perimeter check around it.
Yeah, I was
You.
gonna do the first perception before we like leave this area to see if I can hear anything like around nearby other than the car alarm. So,
So, yep, everything's nice and quiet now, and you're specifically looking for that, so go ahead and give
well, I
me...
wanted to do a spot around in case there was anything like.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, that's the minute, like, you guys have shut off all the cars, so before you had the negative because you were driving.
Okay.
So you're specifically looking around, it's a clear day, so give me perception plus 20.
That's fine. No. 65. 56 would have been.
So you don't see anything. You
Sounds clear?
had driven in, and you saw. I mean, you saw movement driving in, but you don't see anything making its way towards you.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, whoever stays out with the cars before they start doing that, they can do a perimeter check while some of us head in, maybe.
Yeah.
We don't want to, as much as we want to take things slow, we don't want to waste any time here.
Yeah.
Alright, so
So who's staying out here with the cars and organizing everything? One,
If need be, I guess I can.
I appreciate it. You said you wanted to find a couple books on.
I just wanted to browse the section, see what I could find. I had no real intent. Just wanted to find something to keep my entertainment.
I'll find you something. I'll give it a look.
Maybe the book on Juicy.
All right.
Claire, do you want to go in? Do you want to stay
I
out here?
really want to go in.
Do you want to go in?
Like,
So do you have a notebook of everything that we put in your car, or is that all my stuff?
So, well, everything that you wrote down is what was written down.
So if you wouldn't actually mind going over some of this stuff while you're, if you want to reorganize this, Mr. Organization Grinder.
So I wouldn't mind going inside either. So I don't know if you guys, both of you guys would be okay out here.
I mean,
They've got a shotgun, a BB, and
Just, I
I can hand you the. Well,
free
we're gonna go inside. It'd be nice to have a pistol inside also. And I
you
have
two have pistols.
I have gone shooting, so like, I know what to do.
And I mean, I'd rather not if it's honestly to get close
Exactly.
to
So
that,
and that's
so.
that's it. That so yeah, I got my knife. So I personally wouldn't mind going inside either. If you guys are comfortable with just you two out here.
I mean, if things happen, I know I can run in and allow you guys if need be.
So from the parking lot, like your park's like pretty much smack in front of the middle of the library.
Right.
From there, you have a pretty clear field of view, aside from some trees, all the way back out to the road.
we're on like a little hill, I think. too.
You're up a little bit of an elevation. Then this is more hill leading up back towards kind of the direction of the colonel's house. So you see the row of houses here. You would be able to, I mean, if you heard screaming, you know that's a bad thing. Like if you see something coming at you and screaming, you have a lot less time to react, but you're going to hear the scream before you see the body probably.
Right.
If it's a slow shuffler, you're going to have time. And if they're just inside, you could literally go just like run up, knock on the door. So I'm just saying like you're going to have, just from a logical standpoint, you're going to have reaction time. Your only blind spot really is on the back side of the library.
Right. Okay. And like with my athletics, I can make it in like a reaction time.
Right.
I don't know how smart it'll be, but just in case of anything, I will have the radio on me.
Oh yeah, I'm on the radio too. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're giving me the handgun. You guys want to give one of you guys shotgun, or what? Because in close quarters could work maybe, just in case everything else fails. That's gonna be loud, but
Do you want to take the shotty then?
Me?
No.
Never shot a shotgun.
None of us have.
you just pull the trigger.
Well, yeah.
It's like a video game, point and click.
You're less likely to miss with the shotgun than you are with the pistol.
Yeah, but I was mainly thought about leaving the pistol out with them and have the knife. with
Yeah.
me.
If anything, we probably don't want to take. Just keep them both.
Keep both handguns.
Yeah. I mean, I've got one of the handguns.
Right. Okay. So I'll keep the shotgun and then I'll take the handgun.
Yeah.
Okay. They should give me a clip. I don't know.
No, I have the one that Mitch threw on the floor,
Oh, okay. Well, then.
and Mitch picked up the one that the other guy had.
Yeah.
That-
Both are full.
Oh, the full. Okay, got it. So that's how many bullets? GM.
For the pistols,
28. And then
so you have 28 total. So
Well, how
between
many
two.
on the clip?
It was 15, and the man had shot off 2. So if you have the one from the army person, there's 15 total. So 1 in the clip, 14 in the magazine. If you have the one from the man in the Rupolo, it would be 1 in the clip, so minus 2. 1 in the clip, 12 in the magazine. So 13 total.
Okay, so
I've got the one. I've got the 13.
Yeah.
So, okay, so
it was 15.
okay, cool.
I'm definitely, just in case, I'm also gonna grab one of the tire irons that I have in the car.
No.
Just in case.
So yeah, absolutely. Like you're gonna make sure you arm yourselves, and thank you for declaring it too.
Yeah.
Not just for my sake, for people watching. So
Yeah.
you don't have this like magically like thunk, equipped weapon. Yeah.
I
Alright.
have a broken sword in my hand.
Okay.
I also have like a kitchen knife, not like currently on me. It's probably like in his car.
And I'll pull out the training sword.
I don't have anything out yet.
All right. But you do have.
I have a pistol, a shotgun, and a frying pan still. So
I cannot wait. I will find a sound effect when that happens.
The cast iron frying pan.
Yep.
stuff.
So, probably like if we're ready to start walking up, I'm gonna have the tire iron like maybe like in a pocket or something on the loop or something. I'm gonna keep my left hand free. My knife is on my right side on my belt, and just walking in like if we're gonna go into the door, I'm gonna have my hand and knife with the clip undone, just in case ready to take it out and everything.
also, guys, for you guys going, if you guys need anything, if you guys need to talk to me, but you guys can't say anything, click twice.
Okay.
On the radio.
Okay, let's go.
So who's the entry party?
Jesse and Chloe.
All right, and Gabe, Gabe and Matt, you're on Overwatch outside / equipment inventory.
Yeah, probably mainly Gabe doing inventory
Right.
with the trunks open.
So
I'm
what?
getting on top of your car, by the way.
What takes one of these?
You're on top of your bags.
So you're on top of this car.
Oh, yeah, we'll grab some of like the grocery store, like bring your own bag things.
Perfect.
Cool.
And you still have like you still have your duffel bags and everything else, but those have stuff in them already. So
Yeah,
these are just
these are empty.
Let me get your backpack.
it's sorry, it won't fit you. It's for children.
I just feel like we keep walking towards the door, and
It'll
then walking
fit.
back, and then walking towards the door, and walking back, and
I'll-
walking towards the door.
There's
walking
pictures
back.
of like parents carrying their kids' backpack.
It'll fit.
I'll get my hack and I'll
It's like when I go
Oh.
to get ready in the morning and I'm
Go
like, all right,
ahead.
cool. And I
Yeah.
start to leave, I'm like, oh, forgot my coffee. And I go to the back of my car, nope, forgot my this. It's like, and it's like,
like porn nights.
I'm empty out the bag, so it's empty. And
it's more.
14 Playboys just slammed in.
It's probably
see shit.
it's probably more candy. She's made him carry the candy he didn't know existed this entire time.
When?
so I'm gonna put it on,
Okay.
He knew it.
just so I can like put all books in there that I want
Yeah.
to carry.
Like I said, that's why we've got the reusable bags.
Yeah, but like if we end up like split it a little bit, like not too far.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, so you two make your way to the door.
Yeah.
Three, sorry. You three make your way to the door. Who's gonna go in first?
Before we're going, can I put my ear to the door?
Sure.
And do a listen.
It's okay. Sorry, go ahead. Perception, just flat perception.
No.
Okay.
It sounds like a door.
Okay.
I mean, you hear the hum of the building. Like the power's still on, so you hear like the hum of like the building, the electricity, the air conditioning.
Mhm.
That's all you can really hear.
Okay.
I will open the door and
Try to. It's locked.
Pull
Zombie
Victor.
apocalypse happened on a Friday. Now Monday since said zombie apocalypse.
Pull Victor.
No.
So it's locked. What do you want to do? Give me a perception check.
Where, where that?
You can.
Scarce failure by 2. Failed by 2.
Where that? Would those two other cars that are parked, would they be by any chance in the employment parking?
You didn't see anything specifically marked, but they're parked here.
Can I go see, take a glance, not get super close in case there's something inside, just take a glance, see if the windows are not tinted?
Sure.
Anything?
How is it while he's doing that, is it handles? Are they the push bars?
It's the handles on the outside with like a regular door lock on the door on the right. So for a key, it's a keyed lock, and then you see the push bars on the other side. And yes, the other door is also locked. Haha, you failed because you tried the wrong. You tried to pull the push. No, they're both locked.
You still have the wrapper from that gum you were chewing?
Probably, yeah.
It's my left hand.
I'll open up my wallet and pull up my credit card. And I'll like do the foil around the card and try and do the like slide in between the door.
Try to release the catch.
Yeah.
All right, so it's going to be burglary, which is the first time. Well, no, it's been. I think Lexi rolled burglary before times.
That doesn't count.
So it's with a credit card tool, kind of handmade. So it's not going to be easy, but we'll go.
Is this like an actual trick?
Yeah. For some locks, you can
For
use a
some,
credit card.
I have no idea if this is going to be one of those.
I mean,
I'm just very confused about the wrapper.
It helps actually. It helps grip.
so it's going to be hard. So it's going to be a negative 20. So burglary minus 20.
So I will use the sigil.
Okay. So it's going to be burglary plus 5.
So you have 35.
Yeah.
I've done this. Like I know it does work, but it's not easy.
Right. So 35.
So you do kind of tick around and you
Credit card goes inside.
Ah, now I can't.
Oh
use it.
no!
And you feel where the latch is, and you're kind of angling, and you can feel it almost give a little bit, but it's just not clicking, like literally clicking.
Okay.
So you make your way back to the two cars in the parking lot.
I wanted to see inside and see if there was someone in there, something, keys. I want to know if these were employees of the library.
Roll. Give me luck, and if any of your specializations would go towards like searching for stuff, use that.
So, looter.
Yes, essentially you're trying to search this car,
Okay, so
and you're looking. It's just a car. You're not really being rushed with anything. So give me luck.
No, that's shotgun.
Luck plus 20.
plus 20, so that'd be at 70. 74. It's rolling great.
So you passed?
No,
Oh.
70.
You needed a
I
70.
fell back more.
All right. So you search through the first car, and then it was unlocked. It's an older type car. You can see that the little pegs are popped.
Mm.
You search through the first one. You don't find any keys. You find like registration for Ruth Smith. She lives in Mount Charleston, oddly enough. You do see, like you see a word, like an ID card. It's an older woman, glasses, curly gray hair, and in the back you see like a couple library bags themselves, but they have books inside of them.
Ooh, I look at those.
Sure.
Or I'll just grab those and like take it to them. I was like, hey, I don't know if there's anything interesting in these.
Okay,
And go
so
check out the other
he
car.
hands off to Mad Gabe. So same deal. While he's searching the other car, is there anything you two wanted to do?
Well, this is a bust. Let's walk around and see if there's a back door.
So go ahead, better walk around, give me same luck, same plus 20 on the second card.
Hey, I passed.
With
65
5.
out of 70.
Very nice.
Excellent.
And we'll get back to your roll here in a second.
Sweet.
So then on yours, you said you're searching around the back to see if there's a back door.
Yeah, we'll start to walk around. And if there are any windows, like I'll peek into the windows first.
Yeah.
Now, let me see if I can zoom in and actually give us what it looks like. Google Maps is terrifying sometimes.
God, there's no windows on that side either.
It's like they knew you guys were going to come and try and break into their library. All right, so none on that side.
Ah, map.
Yeah, maybe.
Actually
Seems to be
gives me-
some easier roof access.
It actually gives me hope that the library's locked. They're not going to lock anyone inside if they're closing.
I'm trying the other side.
Any windows on the top?
No, unfortunately.
That's not
And
something.
suddenly it's snowing.
Holy shit! Suddenly
I
snow.
don't see any windows on the back either.
There's no window.
That looks like a door in the back. I would say you make your way around to the back, and there is a door. It's a much simpler door. It's more like a probably supply type closet door, supply entry door in the back. Same deal. It's got a keyhole and just a twist knob. Give me perception. It's locked.
Okay.
Like perception plus 20. Both of you.
Pass.
All right. So you're like, damn it.
I'm like getting the wallet out.
And Chloe, you notice a potted plant, a fake potted plant, to the right side of the door. And it's extremely out of place. It's the only potted plant around. Like you're in Mount Charleston where there's plants. And this is a decorative like daisy in a fake plastic jar to right next to the door.
I like pick it up.
And there is a key taped to the bottom of it.
I'm like, rip it off. Not that loud. I just like
Plants versus zombies.
I
God.
realized it's like, ding, ding.
He's not sure. This virus isn't affecting
Okay.
us. It doesn't matter.
It is the key. It opens it and unlocks the door. And there's no alarm.
I was waiting for that.
Usually, if it's with a key, it doesn't. Alright, I will open it slowly, so I'm not like
Yeah.
it's the twist all the way and then pull.
Clunk.
Yeah, and I peek at it.
So this, you're looking in the back, and you see like boxes, like shipping boxes. A lot of libraries have like a library loan system where, I want to borrow this book. Well, I don't have it here, but they have it at this other library, and they'll kind of mail them around. You see, several boxes. A couple are open with books inside of them, and you see, there's a vacuum, there's a mop, kind of the janitor's side back there. Then you see another door that's open and it leads into the library itself. That's just from a snap look, and the lights are on. You don't see anything from where you're at.
You have a radio, right? Radio to Matt to let Jesse know the back door's open. And you can either wait there and we'll open up the front, or you can come around.
Hello, this is Chloe.
Yes.
We opened up the back door. You could let Jesse know we're gonna go. Like, does he want to come back to us? If you want us to open that door, whatever.
1 second. Where's Jesse compared to me?
Right, so what was your roll for
65.
65? So that is an excellent success. So searching this vehicle, you search around the car proper, and it's kind of the same deal. You find $40 in the centerpiece. Again, you see like
40 bucks and change.
it's just all in pennies.
Oh,
No,
no,
that would've-
weapon.
That would have been in Roof's car. You find random car McGovern's, and you go to leave, and like, and on a whim, you pop the trunk, and you walk around to the trunk, and there's a duffel bag. And next to the duffel bag is like one of those road first aid kits. But it's like the big one, like the nice, like $75, $85 first aid kit. It's got
flares and
yeah, it's
little
got like
reflector
emergency roadside
triangles
kit.
and
Exactly, like the full-on roadside kit.
Emergency kit.
In the duffel bag, you open that up, and there's sparring gear.
The what?
Sparring gear.
Sparring gear.
It's like Taekwondo sparring gear. It's not the foam stuff either. It's like the harder, not like shin guard plastic, but it's the better stuff. You find that, and you find like training nunchucks. It's like a Taekwondo bag. You find training nunchucks. They're not lethal.
Why are they up here?
Because why not?
But you don't know her life?
We're only like 15 minutes from Las Vegas. Like people have to go into Las Vegas to do stuff.
Okay.
So you find basically a set of Taekwondo, like an adult size Taekwondo training gear, like headgear with the mask, the full shebang.
We're gonna walk up to Jesse who's wearing a gi.
No, that's
my dreams are complete.
but so there's
I'm
no
happy now.
there's no gi, but you'll be happy to know there is a cup.
A what?
A cup,
A cup? Oh,
like an athletic support. Can
So it's a male.
protect your coin purse.
sweet.
I thought you were saying belt. Like, is it a black belt?
So you find you have that. You have basically the full suit. It's not full coverage. It's like
Yeah.
like you have forearm guards. You have elbow,
Mhm.
full what you would wear in sparring. You find the practice nunchuck. You find it's not the full bow staff, but it's like a shorter. I don't know what the name of it is, but that's like solid. And then of course there's like a tire iron. There's other types of things that would be in a car anyways.
Sweet. Awesome. So is Matt gonna find me or?
You see him. He's searching the
You guys are gonna
cards.
see each other.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'll make my way over to him, and then, hey, so they're wondering what is there?
Put in the car. What's up?
I'll just start grabbing. Mitch and Chloe found a back door entrance over they found a key, I think. Do you want them to? As I'm just like putting it up over my shoulder and grabbing them.
Just gonna grab the walkie while I'm like I'm on the way.
What all are you putting in the car?
I have written down.
Also, the med kit
Already got that.
and the taekwondo bag. Is that?
And it's a nice bag too. Like it is itself a quality bag.
Yeah, that's like the bag and everything. I'm still gonna use it so I can get some books in here.
Trying to get zombie.
It's small.
Where's my Hello Kitty bag?
No. I'm saying I'm gonna use your take the bag, the duffel bag. Yeah.
So we're gonna take a quick pause for some technical difficulties. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. We got it all sorted out. Sorry about that. These things happen. So before we cut, Jesse was heading back around the backside of the library. Matt was on Overwatch. Gabe was outside still digging through supplies, making sure he was good to go. And Mitch and Chloe were in the back storage room of the library. So what we're going to do is, Jesse, give me a perception plus 30.
Perception plus 30. Fell by 1. 67 out of 66.
So you
Failure.
don't immediately see anything, but you hear. First, it's like the kind of the tangle of rocks coming down a hill, and you look up towards where you know some of the trail is. There's the Echo Canyon Trail is right down the road, or Echo Trailhead, and you see a figure on the trail looking down at you. So Colin, he needs you to come in and roll me perception. I'll go ahead and add you to the player queue. That would be if I made him roll athletics.
I was gonna say, if he makes me roll athletics, that's exactly what's gonna happen.
Colin's dead. So what's it?
So D100, and your goal is to get on or below your score. And it's you have the high ground, so we're going to give you perception plus 40.
Plus 40.
So whatever your skill and perception is, add
Plus
40 to that. Here, scooch this way a little bit. We're going to need a bigger boat. This is perfect.
Okay. So 40 plus my.
40 plus your skill level in perception.
All right.
That was
16.
yeah.
Yep, I make it.
What was your roll?
A 16?
A 16. All right. So you coming down this trail, you've been hiking for a while, ever since you saw and heard the explosion. You realize things aren't great. So you need to get back home. And being up in Mount Charleston, you've had zero cell connectivity. You can't reach anybody. You don't know what's going on. So you see this, and as you're making your way back, you heard a couple of gunshots. And you've kind of heard this commotion going on, coming down the mountain, the sound making its way up to you. You're coming down the trail, and you see two vehicles pull into a building. How familiar are you with Mount Charleston, just in general?
Meh.
Okay, so it's a building, and you see across the road from it is a fire department. There's a truck out. You see this building right here. If you look on the monitor, you see two cars parked out in front.
Okay.
You see, from your vantage point, you see someone on top of one of the vehicles. You see another person behind an SUV, and you see another figure coming around the building. He doesn't appear to have seen you. He just kind of like paused when you were coming down the trail. You kicked some rocks loose and kind of slid their way down the hill.
It's like knife in hand.
It's up to you. What you want to do next?
I mean, I'm gonna make my way further down the hill.
Right. So now you definitely hear this footsteps, and you look up and you see someone coming down the hill.
It's knife out. I have no idea.
They're around the side. Your vantage point is more towards the front. Jesse came his way down here. The trail is way further down that way.
I got it. Okay.
But by this point, he's kind of made his way towards the library.
Do I see the knife?
Like you're not super close. You're probably
It's not a small knife.
yeah, it's a big ass Rambo knife. You're probably about 40 yards away, another 20 feet, 20, 30 feet up in elevation. So you see knife in hand.
How much do I know up to this point? Like about what's going on?
Nothing. You know absolutely nothing.
Okay, so then
Well, I take that back. You know you were attacked by something.
but I don't know what it was.
You can make your suppositions.
Well,
You
yeah.
were attacked by a humanoid. Well, you're attacked by a person that seemed crazed out of their mind, and you know it took multiple hatchet blows to the torso to slow it down, and 2 more to the head to stop it.
So I'm probably hyper on edge right now, and I'm walking towards individuals I don't know, and one of them has a knife out. So I've got my hatchet in one hand and my handgun in the other, but in kind of a like ready position, but not a like
Right.
position.
You're being
Yeah.
defensive.
Yeah,
All right. So what do? Do you continue on down the trail? You said.
yeah.
Like
I'm
you're
gonna,
basically the trail is going to take you a little bit away from the library, and it ends down the road a little bit, but nothing crazy. You could easily come down the slope.
I'm gonna head towards them, but still keep a distance. I don't want to be within shouting. I don't want to be shouting, but I don't want to be right up in his face.
Do I see him take out the gun and everything?
Oh yeah. Like
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, that's when I'm just like, fuck. Just like, I don't got anything to fucking shoot him. I'm just like,
Okay. So
Fire.
he puts his hands up, and now did you say you're going to come down the slope? Not necessarily the trail, but you could easily
Yeah,
slope down.
down
Kind
the
we-
slope. At that point, so if he's not being hostile, I'm gonna lower my weapon further. Keep it out, but
Okay.
I'm not gonna holster it, but I'm not gonna. It's gonna be pointed more towards the ground than in a bit more ready position.
When you get down to the ground, I'm going to have you both give me a flat perception check. It's flat because right now tensions are a little high. So flat perception, and before you roll, to explain the sigil system real quick, you have X amount of sigils
Yep.
is based on your luck score. They reset at the end of the session, which is in like 30 minutes.
Yep.
So you use them, it gives you a plus 25 to your ceiling of your skill. Or if you fail it, you can use it to re-roll.
Okay.
So if you choose, basically say, I'm going to use a sigil, and that gives you a plus 25, so it'd be your perception plus 25.
So I can roll it and then choose if I want to use one.
No,
no,
you can choose
use
to
it first.
you can choose to re-roll after. Like if you roll and you
So-
fail, you can use it
Oh,
to re-roll.
I got it. Okay. Yeah, I might as well use one.
Okay. So it'd be your perception plus 25.
That's
And
4.
that's what you're trying to get under.
You keep moving normal.
Yep, I made it. 51.
5.
So you both recognize each other. Like you a little bit quicker, you're like,
Jesse?
I'm just like,
Who are you?
What the hell's going on, man?
so because we're recording, when you guys do want to do like a whispered conversation, just say like, I'll whisper, because we don't have a sound studio, so I actually can't pick up whispers
Whoops.
usually.
but I was like, so I'm gonna whisper like, what the fuck are you doing here? What?
I was camping and I got attacked by some thing. What the hell is going on here? I've been out in the woods for the past 2 weeks.
Interesting. So
Man, I thought I left this shit in the Middle East.
we got Gabe and Matt out in the parking lot. Mission for them. Entering this building right now. It's the library. Okay, so
Maybe we should go inside
let's make
and
this.
talk.
Let's just make this real quick. Zombies.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The other two are inside.
hell.
If you want to go around and meet up with Dave and Matt, I'm gonna go inside. I got a couple things I'm just gonna pull out.
Are we talking Walking Dead zombies or like Resident Evil
I
zombies?
don't know yet.
Got
We've seen slowers and we've seen screamers.
it. Okay, alright.
And Mitch killed the kid.
Was it a zombie?
He didn't know yet.
No sleep lost.
So,
Makes noise.
You two are gonna get along.
if you want to keep perimeter watch or if you want to go inside with us, inside. All right. I got told they opened the door in the back, so it's fucking crazy, dude.
All right, so you two make your way around to the back. Were you two waiting in that back room, or were you gonna go in after telling
I
Jesse?
would have waited a couple, like, maybe a couple minutes after I radioed, but if he hadn't been there yet, then I would have just kept going.
And it literally would have been like he literally was up front. Matt was like, "Hey, they're inside the library." He was like, "Cool, got it." He dropped off the gear, made his way around, met Colin, and now they would be walking their way back around.
So I was probably just approaching the other doorway when
You hear two sets of footsteps.
Mitch, it's Colin. I know.
What's up, buddy?
He's been out here for 2 weeks. He has no idea what's going on.
I'll walk up and just like,
He actually smells worse than you somehow, and you haven't showered in a few days.
I'll give you a big hug and kind of like pat you on the, what the hell are you doing out here?
Commander told me to take my 2 weeks of R&R, and I just went up to the mountains to fucking relax.
See,
And then something that apparently is a zombie comes after me. Like, what the shit?
yeah, yeah, it's not good, and probably there's stuff we got to talk about, but not right now.
Alright, what do we need to do?
We're just gonna go through this place, grab a couple books for general knowledge, and then we're probably gonna hit the fire department station across the street,
Okay,
and we'll go from there.
what do you need to do?
He wanted to go inside.
You can just,
Yeah,
I mean, if
need
you
help
have
looking?
anything
Do you need
that, if you have any
set
books
up
you
timer?
think you want to grab, we're gonna do a quick sweep and clear, of course.
In that case, I'm probably going to want to grab anything, topographic maps of the area, anything that might be there, building schematics.
About at least a couple maps were on the plan, but the front door is locked. But I still want to check this place first.
Okay.
There's probably like a over the weekend janitor. They could actually still be okay.
First, quietly.
Yep.
Second, catch shots work.
Got it. I can handle that.
Yeah.
But gun last priority, like gun last resort.
I'm going to holster my weapon for now and draw my other knife
All right, so he has a hunting knife out, and then
and a hatchet.
he has a hatchet, and the hatchet's probably hanging. He's like hanging on a belt loop.
Uh-huh.
I've got a wooden sword. I do have a metal one on my back. But
I can't offer you the knife.
I've also got the knife. I've got my knife on me too, but
Yeah, he's got a K-bar kind of strapped to a lashing.
Yeah, I was gonna say I have a K-bar that goes into my boot, and I've got the hatchet that sits in a belt loop when I'm not wearing.
And you
when I'm not using
see,
it.
you see Colin, like, you know, people go out hiking, like they come back looking a little rough. But like you see,
is that actual facial hair I see? I didn't think you could grow that.
2 weeks. It's patchy, but it's fine. You
I
see,
shaved yesterday.
you see dark stains on his outer garments. Some kind of splashed across here at the chest, a little bit down the right hand side, and you see the hatchet, and it's actually still looks like it's been rinsed clean somewhat, but it still has that what you have come to see, like that blood-stained look to it.
You didn't get scratched or anything, right?
Oh, none of that's mine. You want to inspect?
Not right now.
Alright, let me know.
You can do the script search later. Those are for Fridays.
I was gonna say, we should have some drinks first.
That's
Let's
what's
go
after
ahead.
the recording.
Quiet.
All right, so
Be very
you,
quiet.
so who's taking point? It's Chloe,
I was close
Jesse.
to the door, so.
Mitch, and Colin going in. So
Yeah.
Mitch will go in first. The door's already open. So you're going in. You said sword out.
Yeah,
Okay.
not like probably.
Well, you said you had out. Like
Yeah, it's out.
You describe how you're going in. That's up to you.
So you said this door was open.
This one's open, and you can see it's kind of a straight shot through to the front door, which you know is locked in some capacity. And on the other side, you can see your car with Matt on top. You see him. And every once in a
Can I have
while,
a duffel bag on.
yeah, every once in a while, you see Gabe kind of going back and forth between two cars.
I'll just have the.
The helmet on.
I'll kind of like peek around. I know. I'm guessing it's like rows of bookshelves and stuff like that. And I'll have the sword kind of blade backwards, like up against my arm and everything.
Okay.
So it's easy to like flip around. And I'll just start walking in quietly, checking corners and everything.
All right, give me well, actually, you're all going in quietly. Give me stealth. You've predetermined that you're going to go in quiet, so give me stealth plus 20.
Use the sigil.
Okay.
I made it.
Yep. Everyone that's going in is going to be stealth plus 20.
The one below for me, essentially.
I got a 12. I got a 12.
76.
That one.
You still passed. That's actually not terrible. It's not
I
great,
know.
but it's not terrible as bad in this game.
I'm gonna use the sigil to reroll that.
I had great success.
So now I'm back at my regular. You said plus 20, right?
Yep. So stealth plus 20.
Damn.
Oh!
Is
Oh!
That's amazing.
That's a.
Oh.
Was that the first 100?
No.
No.
No, but I think it was the first one that stuck. Right?
Quickly, bring your last one. Don't you have 4?
Am I able to do it again?
One reroll.
Yeah.
So
I used one to bump up and I used it to reroll.
So the four of you go in. I want to have Jesse pull up the rear, and you are like
3 come out.
a cat walking on a velvet blanket, just graceful, silent, deadly. And everyone else filters in. Everyone else passed very well. You make your way in.
Bean.
Chloe, not the most stealthy person, but she's in with your role. She's avoiding running into things. And then Jesse comes in, and he's going through, and he has the knife out, but the knife has a sheath. And as he's going by, it hooks the door handle, which I've personally done. This is the thing. I'm not just making this
my
up.
belt loop is caught
Yeah.
so many door handles.
It catches on the door, and he doesn't really realize at first until it like pulls and twists him, and the door. He actually kicks the door as he gets spun by the momentum, and it opens back into the storage room and slams against the wall. And then from the bathroom, or sorry, to your right, which is the bathroom area, you hear. All right, we're back. Technical difficulties abound today. No more surprise guests. This is actually technical difficulty. The camera froze. I'm sure you noticed. So Colin was helping Jesse up off the ground. Gabe and Matt are still outside, and the car alarm is still going off in the distance, so they would not have necessarily heard the commotion on the inside. Mitch makes his way across the library, and he sees it's the push bar, and tucked in on a piece of Velcro on the little bar at the top is an Allen key that he can use. Pushing the bar, twist it, and now it's unlocked.
Okay, I'll unlock it. It's like a chair, a plant, like a decorational pot.
Yeah, there's like the decorational ficus that they put
Yeah.
in.
I'll push open the door and just slide the ficus out and like set it in front of the door to keep it open.
So you hear the door. You snap around when you hear the door open. Yeah.
They might, but I wasn't thinking about it. And I'll just kind of, long story short, something is inside. Colin's here. Be right back. And I'll go inside. Wait.
There's a
Spoiler.
zombie?
And I'll go back. No.
Colin's a zombie. No.
Colin's here?
You get the radio. As I'm like Pink Panthering my way back to the.
You didn't say it was off. So if you talk to the radio, it comes through.
I did declare I turned off the radio when.
Oh, that's right. You did. You
So
turned
no.
off. That is correct. Good catch.
Jill died.
So walking back to them. Oh no, she turned it back on when she walking. When she's like, hey, we got the.
Oh yeah. So the radio was on. So Gabe, if you did talk through, it comes through in the library.
Anyone been that large? Colin's here?
Okay. So you hear squawk calls here come through your radio.
Oh.
I'm not gonna answer. We're busy.
They did die. I was dying. I was
All
like,
right. So you're now all kind of
Straight
gathered
up
in this.
Chloe style.
You're gathered in this central library area. The noise is continuing, and now you see to the left of like the main desk where the librarian would sit is a hallway with her family bathroom, and you see the closest one, the male bathroom. You see the door. It swings in, or else it would be swinging out. You see it kind of moving with this.
Just
Do
got
we
the same
want to
information.
lock it in the
Same
bathroom,
line.
or do you want to deal with it?
Well, I'm sure it's locked in there already, but the question is do we want to make it our problem? It's making noise.
I think we should kill it.
So we've done this before. If something's on the other side of the door, we can do the good old door charge.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So
So,
you're gonna put your foot,
huh?
foot against, charge in, try to pin him down.
Wait, if he gets pinned behind the door, if he gets knocked down, rush in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to stay
Hatchet.
here, or do you want to go down to this narrow hallway?
We've done this
Hatchet to the head.
We've done this,
I can just go
one time.
perimeter check.
downstairs apartment.
Rest
Just check the rest of the
Yeah.
library.
So
Okay.
hatchet to the head.
Yeah, if you want
While
to
you
be
guys
behind
do
me,
that,
just
yeah.
in case I
Okay.
trip or something.
So the three of us will
So
go
you're
down the
charging
hallway with
with
the
the intent to
bathrooms,
pin
and
it?
she's gonna walk around the library and take a look, make sure we're alone.
Okay.
Charge in.
So then everyone that's going to be engaged in combat, it's going to go athletic score. This thing has an athletic score of 10. So unless anybody has an athletic score lower than 10, it'll go player slot, player slot, player slot, player slot, zombie.
Which none of us would, right? 'Cause
No,
we're all 30
no.
minimum.
Well, with injuries you could, but starting off at
okay.
this point, no.
Got it.
So it'll
I've got a
be
40.
whoever is attacking, however
Got a
many of
30.
you are going in. It should be the three of you.
Right.
Yeah.
So it'll be 3 player slots, unless you want to be part of it too. Okay, because you said you're going to search.
If I have 2 weapons, do I get it's
No.
a 1-2?
No, you'd have to get a specialization for like 2 weapon fighting.
So hatchet.
So it'll be 3 player slots, zombie slot. And the way initiative works in here, it's based on the athletic score of everyone involved. So if the zombie has a higher initiative slot than a player character, it would go zombie slot, player character slot. And by player character slots, I mean it could be you, could be you, could be you. You guys decide before the beginning of each combat round who's going in what spot.
Okay.
You can also use a sigil to move a player character slot to the top of the turn order.
Got it.
So,
It'll be player, 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 zombie.
and I'll go first since I'm going to the door.
Yeah.
I'll go last.
Yeah, I'm in the middle.
And so
Nice hand.
I've grabbed the door, and you two are behind me.
Yeah, I'm behind you and he's behind me.
Okay.
Yep. He's
So
intending to
it's
stab.
like pounding on the door, right?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna jiggle the handle a little. Is it unlocked?
Yes. Like it's when it's hitting, it's bouncing this way, and in between hits, you kind of give it a push, and it cracks, and then
Okay.
slams back shut when it hits.
So I'll wait till I think it's about to hit, and I'll just push the handle down and bull rush the door to push the door open into it.
All right. So I think we did fight last time, and you kind of have a charge. You wouldn't have. It wouldn't necessarily be a charge because you really slam your shoulder into it. But we'll do might because your goal is to pin it against the wall.
My goal is just to hit it.
Okay. So what are you aiming to do? Are you aiming to knock it back? Or are you aiming to pin it against the wall?
Honestly, I'm not really thinking I'm going to be able to pin it. I just want to
Okay.
slam into it to knock it back.
So then choose fight or might, and we'll
Definitely
go
choose fight.
plus 20.
Definitely choose fight.
Burn.
All right, that is a average success.
All right. So you hit it. Let's see if it can react.
We're gonna fight like the Jet Li of zombies.
So no, you
That's his time
goes here.
you hit it, and it goes reeling backwards.
And yeah, like I'm not just gonna like wham. I'm whamming and like going with the door to leave the doorway open.
Like it smacks, you smack it, and as you come in, the lights are on, and you see, like you had supposed a zombie janitor. Someone, you see like the overalls, you see the mop and bucket and everything in there, but you see there's the floors. First, you see the floors covered in like vomit. It's dried vomit though, and from the lore that people were experiencing like really bad fevers, and then they woke up and turned. So it looks like he was in here, he got sick, maybe he fell out because his head, there's a big gash across his head. He might have blacked out and woke up like this and has been trapped there ever since.
Okay.
So you see all this in a split second as you come charging in, you follow through with the door hits the wall, it goes running, kind of tumbling back, hits the ground. It's not a big bathroom, there's 2 stalls and a urinal. So you have maybe 10 feet between you and the back wall. Enough room for everybody who could get in there.
Yeah.
But that's your action. So who's taking the next action? He's now on the ground.
It's on the ground?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna charge in and see if I can pin either like his arm or like something, just so he doesn't try to lash out.
Okay.
And while that, I'll just be like screaming, like try to get the other arm.
Okay. So you're gonna roll in, do a grapple.
Yeah.
Okay. So grapple would be either might or fight. Basically, you're
Grapple
trying
is
to.
a fight special.
It's on here. It says grapple could be fight or might, depending on kind of what you're going to do. Like if you're trying to like grapple and like crush, I would say might. But if you're just finesse, like trying to
Yeah, I just
make
kind
sure.
of want to get like my foot.
Okay.
Pin
So
down.
you are in a superior position, and it's being flanked by Mitch. So it's going to be your fight plus 45.
Plus 45?
Yeah.
Let's see.
I'll give you a cheat sheet, obviously, for the next session. But that's where I'm pulling these things from.
So,
Yeah, like superior position, gives bonuses, that type of stuff.
37.
So,
That is an okay success.
yeah, it definitely does not flail its arm away from you.
Cool.
So you go ahead and you grapple, and I'll say it failed significantly. You go in and you get one of its arms down, and you're able to kneel down on its like right above the knee.
Mhm.
The leg is kind of canted to the side, so you put your
Just right here on forearm.
well on the leg. So you have the right leg, or sorry, its left leg and left arm pinned to the ground.
Oh, cool.
Like you're able to kneel down on the leg, and you kind of grab the arm and pull it away from it.
Mm.
We're pushing on the shoulder with your elbow to keep the head away, because it starts to try to snap at you.
Yeah.
It's
So
the
I'm just
closest
gonna
thing.
go grab palm or head.
I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna take my hatchet to its head.
All right,
And
so
while he does that, I'm just like,
So yeah, this is where the math comes in. So when you're going for an aimed attack with a melee weapon,
Yep.
you're going to take your fight minus 10. But because it's being grappled, it's in a superior position, so you get a plus 40, and it's being flanked by these two, so you get plus 50 altogether minus your 10. So
So basically plus 40.
fight plus 40,
Fight
yes.
plus 40. So that gives me a 70.
And if you sigil it and it goes over 100,
Mhm.
whatever damage you do, you get the difference. You get your damage plus anything over 100. Because right now you're rolling, and you said that 78?
70.
70. Okay, so yeah, it would be a 95 if you sigiled, so
Yeah.
it wouldn't be worth that at this point.
Yeah, I'm just gonna roll it.
Okay.
68.
So we flip that to 86 for the.
Well, he aimed.
Right.
So he gets to take up to his full.
New fights.
No. With,
Yeah, we
with,
flip it for the hit location.
yeah, for a hit location. So 80.
Right leg.
That's right, like,
All right, and then he can
Wait,
shift.
Move his
what-
whole. He
what
can
is-
move it to 70
Yeah.
to move it to 16, which is torso.
Yeah. So basically, well, no, because with melee, he aims and he just hits in that location.
That's not how we've been doing it.
No, I'm really bad at it.
well, the aiming just started last session.
Aiming
When we've
with
been
melee.
aiming for melee attacks, we can just move it up to the full fight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
by taking the negative 10 of the roll.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Because that's right. So yeah.
but when you roll for damage, you flip it for the hit location.
Right.
So it'd be 86, and if you're using his enhanced fight of 70 and versus just his base, then he can get it down to a 16, which is a torso.
Okay, so yeah. All right, we're back. Quick rule breakdown. This is Colin's first session, and I didn't want to show him the wrong way to do it the first time by just trying to muddle through it. So yes, with his initial roll, which was a 68, plus a medium weapon, his hatchet of 20 damage, that's 86 damage to the torso, which is a location destroyed. So he feels this. He sees, rushes in. Jesse is grappling the zombie. Mitch is off to the side. And he runs in. He just cleaves down, and he hits it just dead center. You hear this mighty crack as the hatchet just buries itself, and he feels it kind of give way once it gets past the ribs. And he, as soon as he kind of goes off to the side a little bit, following the arc of the swing, the screaming, or not the screaming, the moaning kind of goes, ah, there's this exhalation of sound. And it kind of seems to pause for a second, and then it reaches out with his left arm. But because it's damaged, it takes negatives. Torso damage, everything's connected to torso.
Yeah.
So every time it swings now, it took a location destroyed. And that is going to be a very big negative modifier, which I believe is negative 20, but I'll verify that. Because it's not on here. Regardless, it missed. So it was on it. You cleave down into it, and it goes, and it slashes out at you with his right arm because it's pinned to the ground, and it just whiffs completely. Like you're following through the arc of your hatchet, and it just kind of whiffs past your arm. So now we're back up at the top of the turn order, and there's 3 player characters that can go. It doesn't matter to me who goes where. You 3 decide who is going in what spot.
Since they're pinned, I'll just move right in.
Well, no, I don't have its other arm pinned, so I should jump. I should immediately go to pin. Like as that arm came back, as it like missed me, I should like kind of like try and jump on that arm.
Yeah, if you pin the other arm, then I'll go right in,
Yep.
dead center.
So again, it'd be fight plus 50 because it's
Right.
superior position, it's grappled, it's
Like,
flanked
plus
by 2
50. Okay, so 80.
Yep.
23.
So it's
Now it's new minuses for
it absolutely does not. So kind of the same deal. You kind of like roll off,
Mhm.
and with the left side of your body, you're able to not only pin the arm and the leg, but you jam your forearm like here, effectively pinning its head to the side.
So we've both got its head locked then, yeah?
Jesse's
He
not
was
on the
biting
head.
towards me.
He was butting towards Jesse, but you, like, if you ever try to get someone to tap out, you can kind of hyperextend the head.
Yep.
You can't really move anymore, so you press your elbow in and you push it over the side. It's just like it's snapping, trying to snap down on your arm, but you have it underneath the bone, so it's not going anywhere. You're still grappling for now, unless you wanted to do something different, or because I'm saying it's between you two for
Right.
next.
I move away from the door, I drop the wooden sword, and I unsheath the sword,
The actual sword.
and I'll just like kind of like I'll probably step onto it if there's room, and I'll just bring in for the aimed headshot.
So it's going to be fight plus 50 minus 10, unless you want to use
Plus
sigil.
40.
So plus 40 so far.
91.
If you sigil, anything that goes over 100 is additional damage.
Why not? So we're at 115.
Yep.
So this is just damage then.
So 91.
Well, damage and to figure out where you hit.
Right.
Yes.
38, so 83.
And you can move it 115.
So,
I'm assuming you're going to hit in the head.
yeah.
And for sure you do a shit ton of damage. So
Because the sword is the heavy, right?
Yeah.
At that point?
that's essentially your master sword, right?
So, yeah, so it'd be 30, that's 68 plus the 15. So it's head location
Yep.
destroyed.
So go ahead and drop that.
So again, like you're shifting, like you pin the head, and I'll just move the doorway so it slowly does that like ever so slow close. Drop the wood sword. I pull up the master sword, and just kind of like step onto its chest, bring the sword up, and just drive it straight in. Like its open mouth is like, I'll just bring it like straight toward, not straight I guess, but more towards an
Back.
upward angle. So it's like through the roof of the mouth, like right through until I feel it hit the tile underneath it.
So this is a completely different sensation for you because the last one you killed was with the knife, and then prior to that was with the kendo sword. So this is a very much more powerful weapon. And with the knife, you kind of felt a little bit of give. Here, there's like no resistance. There's like a melted, knife through hot butter. Hot knife through butter. Hot butter would just be a puddle, and that'd be weird.
So again with the knife.
You're-
That's pretty much all that's left.
Yeah, you're bringing it in, and you just don't even feel any resistance at all until you hear that thunk of it hitting the ground. And it's like the jaw spasms against the blade a couple of times, and they're trying to bite down,
Just twist.
and it's done. It just, everybody that's connected with it just feels the fight just go out of it.
Then I immediately get up and go to the sink and wash up.
Yep. Same.
All right,
Just
is it? It's done.
pull the story back.
Actually, while they're doing that, I want to investigate the body.
Go and give me. So in this one, we really use luck to look around for stuff.
That's fine. I've got a better luck score.
Or wouldn't it be investigate?
Luck or
And then luck
investigate.
would be what you find.
True. So investigate to look for stuff, and yeah, if you're searching for a thing, luck is how much of it you find.
Okay, so investigate. So I have a 42.
Okay.
And I rolled a 39.
Nice.
All right, nice. So you're searching around, and he's wearing the overalls, and it says like Bob on his name tag. Bob's Cleaning Services. You spill it, we clean it. No. Bob wasn't super creative, but he was good at cleaning.
Well, are you gonna clean yourself up?
Yep.
Cleaner, clean thyself.
So,
You find his wallet, and it says, picture. There's just like him. There's no pictures of family, no pictures of kids or anything. About $30 in random bills, and then you find a set of car keys.
Okay, I'm taking both the money and the keys.
Okay. And then he has like the janitor ring. It has like it says library, and there's other buildings on there too. Like maybe he cleans other buildings around Mount Charleston.
Yeah, I'm totally gonna take those
He
keys as
searches
well.
those later. So that's it on him. And then looking around, you see his cleaning supplies. He has this is a mop bucket. You got like a couple spray bottles, like the multi-purpose cleaner, window cleaner, that type of stuff. Just in the room with him.
We'll make sure you grab all that before we
I
go.
was gonna say, is there any like bleach and ammonia?
We have bleach in the car.
Is there
Not
any ammonia-based products?
not. I mean, the multi-purpose cleaner would be kind of. They tend to be more ammonia based. So yeah, that one
do
would
they have dirt tax?
have what?
Dirt tax.
I don't know what that is.
You two would hear a flush from the toilets, and it's I've stuck my sword. in it. Flushed a couple
To
times.
wash it?
Yeah. There's a sink right here.
So while this
I
is
can
going
lift that
on-
up.
Chloe, you have searched the rest of the library, and there's nothing else in there.
Do I need to
Like
walk?
you don't see. No, not really for that. Like we do investigate. We were searching a building, and then you roll luck to see how much you rolled.
Ah, okay, got
So
it.
with that, there wasn't really a need to
That's
roll on. So you see, books. It's a library. Nothing else. The rest of it's not even disturbed. Like it doesn't look like anything bad happened here whatsoever. Lights are on. Everything's happy. There's a little book, kid reading corner with a little wooden slide. I was happy. Might have a frog book. Just saying.
They might even have some stuffed toys that they use for the kids.
So what we'll do at this point, since the scene is essentially clear, every one of you that is searching for specific books will have you just roll a luck skill. And it's a library, so they have a Dewey Decimal System. Everything's nice and laid out. So this is going to be a luck plus 40. It's going to be an easy skill. You might not find exactly what you're looking for, but you'll get to a section where you can find something.
And
So would you like us all to announce what exactly type we're looking for?
One by one, yes. And then we'll go, I say what type of books you find, what would find. And then if whoever is going to choose to look for books for those two, unless you're going to swap out and have them do their own thing, that's up to you.
We kind of, I mean, at least you told Matt that you would find stuff for him, so I'm thinking it's kind of self-explanatory.
So
Try to
if you're
find-
rolling for yourself, it'll be one roll. If you're rolling on behalf of somebody else, it'll be a separate roll. Or I can have them roll and see how lucky they are for you.
See that radio?
We can
Can
do
I just
that.
get plus 40?
Yeah. So basically, okay, then they'll roll. They'll roll their luck, and then you can
Okay.
find the book. That way, it gives them a chance to roll through.
all right.
So we'll go just left from right. Colin, you had a few books in mind. Just gonna be one roll, one luck roll plus 40. You can still use sigils.
Oh, I'm totally using a sigil. So that raises it by 25, you said?
Yes.
Plus the 40, so it's 65 altogether.
Plus 65. Oh, God. And I have a 49. So
You can't fail. So right now, you're trying to figure out how well you do.
You just want to roll really high.
Yes, higher the better.
I rolled a 31.
All right, that is an okay degree of success. And what type of books? You said you were looking for topographical maps.
Like maps and schematic, like building schematics and maps.
Okay, so you go through, and there's usually like the local section type thing, and you do find 2-3 maps of Mount Charleston. One is more of like a demographical map, like from the Census Bureau. One is actually an elevation, it shows all the trails. You actually find like a hiking trail map akin to the one you already have. You already
Yeah.
have one from your hiking. And you go to the building schematics section, and you find that would be something more stored at like the city hall. But you are able to find some books on construction.
Okay.
Everything ranging from like DIY, make a bird house in your backyard, to like how to drywall. There's a range of books.
Okay.
Jesse.
So I want to look for engineering style, survival, and reptiles.
Okay. Uh-huh.
So 26.
26, so same degree. That's an average degree of success. Be it that you're at a library, you're able to find a couple books on engineering, and you're talking more along the lines of like electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, how to build stuff. how to make things.
Yeah, mechanical, and the only thing is like generators, like style, like,
Okay.
like mini generators.
Okay, so yeah, you find a couple books on that, kind of like living off the grid type books.
Yeah.
You find 2 or 3 of those that have a wide range of topics. And Matt, you're having somebody look for you.
Yeah.
What is it you're wanting them to find?
Yes, I would have rated it and told them. Some books just for general entertainment on the road, I guess, just to read. Some light
It's a
reading.
different story. It's
Some
usually behind the
light
curtain.
reading. Some light reading. So let's make that clear.
Do you want me to roll for that or him to roll?
I'll have him roll.
Light reading, and then also I wanted a like
That way his luck isn't in your hands.
I wanted a like book on just the flora and fauna of Vegas.
Okay, perfect. Go ahead and give me a roll.
Plus 40?
Plus 40. Unless, well, you can also use sigil.
7.
7. I wanted so much higher.
I found him the second Lord of the Rings book, and that's it.
I know. Just,
I could have got like a 91.
he's like, who's Gandalf? I don't get this. All right, so
Only
with
Twilight.
the 7,
I could have got.
you can, unless
I
you want to
still re-roll?
you can re-roll. Absolutely.
Fucking re-roll them.
You got sigils, burn them up.
Do you want me to roll?
That is 61.
Way better. All right, so you find, or well, Mitch will have found for you a couple books. Some of them are actually like there's survival handbooks basically that tells you what to eat, what not to eat.
How to start the zombie apocalypse.
Eat this, not that. And you do find the other types of books. You find some light reading, a couple Goosebump books, young authors. Find the whole Twilight series, hasn't been checked out in like 4 years.
Oh, you best believe I grabbed that for him.
Hell yeah. Sparkly vampires. And then there's a couple other things, like some chapter books, some of the classics like Moby Dick and Meeting Aboard the HMS Bounty, stuff like that. Okay.
I'm going to ask for maintenance books for like guns, cars, if needed, in case it gets to the point where it's like, I don't know how to fix this.
Let me look at the book. Take a look. It's
I'll
in a
use
book.
essential,
Zombie apocalypse.
so be over 100 with the plus 40.
Perfect.
So you just try to roll high.
Yeah. 55.
Nice. So you find, again,
Great success.
pretty much you find the several books spread out because it's multiple topics. You find a couple books like new car versus old car, engine mechanic type stuff. You find some electrical engineering books that could help you fix other types of things. And then, what was the other thing I was looking for?
Gun.
Guns. That's like gunsmithing. So you find a couple of different books. It's not a massive range, but it's like a beginner's guide to gunsmithing. I also find one on how to cast bullets.
Could use that for the babies, but we need some sand that can stand.
We're in the
Mitch.
desert.
Plenty of sand, yeah.
I'm going to be grabbing medical,
Sand.
basic, from everything from basic first aid
Okay.
to
Advanced trauma care.
Yes.
some advanced trauma care, but mainly I'm looking for anything that reads about hemoglobin, like hematology, I think is what it's called, the
Yep.
study of blood.
Perfect.
And I'm using a sigil, so it's over 100, so I'm just trying to roll as high as I can. So of course I roll a 5.
Use a sigil.
You can re-roll. You don't get the plus 25, but you still get the plus 40.
So I'm still at 82.
What?
Oh, 86.
Yeah.
79.
Very nice.
Outstanding.
So you actually get a copy of Grey's Anatomy, not the show, the actual book. It's actually called. It's a book. That is the name of the book, and it's like the Bible of medical knowledge. It's everything, kind of like the DSM-5 for mental health, but this
Okay.
is a huge medical book. you get a couple first aid books, you get, field care type thing, like improvised medicine type stuff. And you're able to find several books on hematology. Some look more kind of surface level, some seem extremely in depth.
All
But when paired with some of the other books, I think you could probably end up correlating. And tucked in behind the Crazy Anatomy book, you will find a copy of the Zombie Survival Handbook.
The Army's one? The Army?
No, Richard Brown.
Oh.
Richard Brown.
I just don't know about
It's in my desk at work.
I love how there's an actual Army field manual to surviving the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah. There's actually an Army field manual on how to cook a donkey in the field. And Chloe, to wrap it up, what
frogs.
frogs?
What book are you gonna read to us?
So I would, of course, frogs and snakes, like the whole reptile book. But while I'm in that section, there's also a bunch of other animals. I would probably just pick animal.
And you're looking in the cooking section, right?
I'm in the biology section.
Okay.
So I'm looking for animal books, and then after that, I would probably look for fictional books,
For morale purposes.
yeah.
Okay, sure. Go ahead.
Stuff
Give me
like
your roll. Plus 40. You can use a sigil if you want to.
Plus,
well.
As an aster,
yeah,
we know
sure.
that frogs are amphibious, not reptiles.
Yes, we are aware of the frogs and
I
not
know.
reptiles.
They are. I'm joking.
Like, all right, comments, go ahead and tear them apart.
43.
So that is still a good success. So you're able to find several books ranging from the child book, this is a frog, they live in the water. Here is a tadpole, to the no shit, amphibians of Las Vegas, amphibians of the West Coast, amphibians of, and you can take your pick.
What's in the
Don't lick the
wetlands?
blue one.
Yeah. How to not die by a dart frog. So all of you have your loot. You're gathered up in the library. And you have reunited with Colin. What are the odds? Somebody else that you know would happen to be camping here in Mount Charleston.
He's not real.
It's almost as preordained. So this is, happy moments in an otherwise shit story, shit happening going on. So this is where we're going to wrap it back up for Zealand, Las Vegas. We're going to go ahead and sign off. Now being joined by Colin, Jesse,
Goodbye.
Matt,
Bye.
Gabe,
Bye.
Mitch,
Bye.
and Chloe. So until the next time we meet, stay alive.